Welcome back to Hardball. The Vatican wants to change the tone when it comes to gays and same-sex couples. I got to start with you, the Catholic in the group. Are you impressed? I am, by the Pope and what he's doing here about opening the door to not just to gay people and their relationships, the coupling of the people together, but also for people with marriages. The first marriage may have been a disaster, and they're living with somebody else or married to someone else. Much different than it was when I was growing up.
Well, this is not, of course, the final word from the Pope or from the Synod, but it's a huge change in tone. It's a welcome, I think, by almost everybody. I think that even people who may disagree feel, you know, we're welcoming people in, that this is such a departure from a time when people really did feel that the door had been closed. But the biggest change, I think, in this synod is that the cardinals, the bishops, are able to speak.
They know they have a friend.
Well, they're able to speak openly. They've been encouraged to just go with the discussion after so many years when we were told certain topics are off the table.
Amy, you're not Catholic, but what do you think of all this? Does this mean anything to you?
Look, I think it means something when you have a cultural shift like we've had in this country. You're seeing it that the courts have weighed in. You're seeing that voters are weighing in, and the public weighing in on just how it feels about the issues of same-sex marriage and making such a move so quickly and on all three of those fronts. And then to see a major denomination like this also, again, it's not changing policy, but it is changing a tone, is somewhat dramatic.
It is definitely.
I mean, in such a short amount of time that we can see all three of the things. But to have the court, the church, and public opinion all sort of moving in the same direction.
Because people are.
Well,
but it's important. I mean, I have 16 years of Catholic education, so I have a little bit of relevance. But the point was, if this was a policy department and a communications department, this is going out to the communications department. Here is how we are now going to treat this, and it is a change, and it's the right one. I think most Catholics are going to say that it's the right one. But the key was what the Pope is really saying is, let's not concentrate on what we disagree with. Let's concentrate on the virtues that a lot of gay couples bring to the table.
Suppose you're a 45-year-old mother and your kid is gay and he said so, or you think he is. This changes your whole happiness level. Because if you're a good Catholic, you want to hear that the Pope and the bishops say, he's okay. We may disagree on some things, but this guy's one of us.
Some of it is that the message that even his predecessors were sending, that we don't reject these people, that we want these people in the church, is getting through now in a different way because of the softened tone.
Let me finish tonight with Pope Francis. I don't live in some religious ghetto. Most of the people I work with, most of my friends are not Catholics like us. So I've got a good reading on the new Pope, who is as much a breath of fresh air as when he first arrived. People like him. They like his whole approach to life and faith both. They like his comfort with a diverse world. People have different religious beliefs. People have different backgrounds. And yes, different sexual orientations and identities. Pope Francis comes across as someone who's lived his life in the real world, not in the hidden certitudes of the walled cloister. He realizes that marriage between the wrong people can produce horror, that the victims of such a marriage need the presence and company of their faith more than the happy couple. He realized, I can only assume based on what he's doing, that people who are gay or bisexual or transgender want and deserve a rich spiritual life like all the other of God's children. That it's his job not to cull the faith community of its differences, but to unite it in common hope and shared respect. And not since John the 23rd, who reigned through the early 1960s in the time of Jack Kennedy, have we had a Pope who's brought us both mutual respect and hope. And that's Hardball for now. Thanks for being with us.